It was like, it started off like test. Steam says it's perfect. Test.
Huzzah.
Test these. Test your
We're
testes.
just going to have to trust that your brother's telling the truth.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Right, let's get officially started. We're going to be giving away stuff, but that's going to be later on. You're going to have to put up with us for a little while. I believe you had something random to talk about to start with.
I did, but, big 50.
But random stuff first, official intro, and then...
Okay.
I could technically play the intro as well,
Do people really want to see that?
No, we're sick of your playing guitar already.
I can play much better now than I could 2 years ago, that's for sure. Plus, I did rock that up in a few seconds. Yeah, so random stuff.
It's not about the supermarket again, is it?
No. The other day I was going for a longish walk with my girlfriend, and we were walking past the field. And
the field or a field?
Just a field. The field. It's the one with slightly less stones in it.
It's not a field as such, it just has less stones in it than other places.
We were actually genuinely having a serious conversation on the ability to keep zombies out of an area with the fence posts that were in that field. Like a serious discussion.
As if it was possible.
No. Saying these ones would work perfectly. You would put them at an angle, zombies would get skewered on the end, and it would actually work quite well. You see them in the movies, and zombies get through the fences, and you're thinking, well, actually, that fence is pretty sturdy.
You're stealing that idea from the second episode of the Walking Dead game. They were electrified.
Yes.
It's still the same theme.
Yeah, but this was in real life, and I started going, well, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Things are starting to blur. Reality and gaming and TV. I'm having a serious conversation, a genuine serious conversation about keeping zombies at bay. Like it's a real threat.
Someone made a zombie-proof house, for real. I remember seeing pictures of that. It turns into a fort if you press a button. Like all the drawbridges pull in and all the windows get stone plating over them and things like that.
That is badass. I want that just anyway, Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door. Yeah, I'll be retracting the drawbridge now, and then, showing my rear end through the window. That's what I do.
Speaking of reality blurring with imaginary, would you like to regale everybody with the time you did that for real?
I'm sure I covered that in an earlier podcast. So
you possibly did. Your embarrassing stories tend to get lost in the edits, especially.
That's the power of being the editor. Mm-hmm. You give up that power. You did the edit once in 50 episodes. You did the edit once.
I'm going to swing the audience onto my side. Oh, we should probably explain for people who are only listening to this after the fact that we're doing this live, so people are commenting as we go.
Yes, this is. Yes, I can see you telling the audience that I'm lying. Yes, we're streaming this live via Twitch TV. It's a test. We may continue to do this in future.
We may do, because
if anybody decides in the chat to have a little bit of audience participation.
Would you like to try again at that word?
Yeah, I have had a few beers.
Participation.
I've got these ones that have actually got lime in them.
I'm not
allowed to say the name. I'm not allowed to say the name for it.
Is that because we're not sponsored by them?
Mm. If they want me to say the name, they can pay me in beer. But
it's a good alternative, because we sadly discovered that unless it's for an indie game like Isaac or something like that, neither of us have a connection good enough to stream gaming in HD.
Yet.
Which is depressing, because I really wanted to get into doing that.
I would have. If I was back in my old flat, I would have.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's
back to the zombies.
Back to the zombies.
Or we could do the proper intro now.
How's that go? Is that where I just go?
Yeah, and yes, Slimas, he is drinking.
I could. Yes, Blighty's already. No, I'm not drunk. I am.
You're not drunk. You're okay to drive. You're not okay to drive even when you're sober.
It's the weekend. I'm allowed to drink.
Yeah, that's true. You're pretty much allowed to do that every day, morning or afternoon in this country.
Well, there have been mornings where you've been round and I have been drinking in the morning. That sounds a lot worse than it actually is. I mean, like on a Sunday at about 12 o'clock, people around chilling out and stuff. It's okay to have a beer then. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but then you're always a bit tipsy by the time I leave.
I wish I was a bit tipsy by the time you arrived.
Your brother's spreading lies about you in live chat, by the way. I mean, he has failed his test, but not that many times.
No, I have. Yeah, 4 times. I failed the theory test 4 times. Yeah, it's because the driving theory test is supposed to be really easy, but the questions are worded in such a way that I always tried to find like, what's the trick here? I make the questions harder than they actually are.
You tried to be too clever.
Yes. Usually, the 4 times that I sat it.
I was going to say, I can understand that you're failing once or twice, but 4?
I don't think it's 4. I think it is actually 3. It's definitely more than once. It was a long time ago. You're talking about 13 years ago now.
And you still haven't bothered.
No.
Because you have a girlfriend for that, so who cares?
Some people were born to drive, others were born to be driven.
Yeah. It's like givers and receivers.
Shall we move on from that?
I get to see all the stuff that you edit out.
But I can't edit out the live stream.
I know. I will try and mind my language also. I have a filthy mouth.
So, yes, BGH, Gaming Podcast,
50th.
episode number 50.
It's almost as old as we are.
Can you actually believe that we've managed to get this far? And with more or less sticking to an approximate 2-week...
approximate.
More or less.
Yeah.
More or less been about 2 weeks for everyone.
I didn't think we would get past 20.
I didn't think we would get past 5 to start with.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you gone back and listened to any of the older ones? Has anybody in the audience right now gone back and listened to any of the really old ones? Let's say
that'd be far too egotistical for us to do it.
1 to 10, gone back and listen to any of the old ones. And
although, don't you listen to the old ones at work, or didn't you used to?
I did, but you're talking about a long time ago now.
So you were willing to listen to us. That's a common mistake to make.
Yeah.
But we should probably get back on track rather than keep on getting sidetracked. So, what have you been playing?
Traveling Salesman has said, if we say yes to we get prizes.
No, prizes later. You have to answer questions.
Okay, right. What have I been playing?
Stop asking yourself when I've asked you.
I finished Space Marine.
No, you finished that last time. Move on.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's a good job one of us has a memory.
It would probably be helpful if I
back me up, people.
If I got my podcast notes up, wouldn't it?
Would you want me to pick a game while you do that?
Yeah, you do that.
I've been going on a bit of an indie game bender, so I'll pick one of those, shall I?
One of many.
One of many. I shall pick Chasm, first of all. I think you watched the video of that, so you'll know what I'm talking about.
Let's go with yes.
Yeah, let's pretend we've gone with yes. It's a roguelike RPG. What I really like about it is that it's 2D sprite art, which I have a nice, warm, soft spot in my heart for.
Even though you've got such a problem with, bad graphics, when it comes to 2D sprite art, it doesn't matter. Is that right?
Yeah, because it's nostalgia, isn't it? So you're allowed to forgive certain things if there's a nostalgic angle that you can play.
If you say so.
Plus, if it's an indie game, you're more willing to excuse bad graphics because generally they don't have good graphics.
But by that argument, you're saying it's fine for a game to be only... I suppose it probably is okay to only be on 2 buttons because nostalgia, you had a controller that only had 2 buttons.
It's easier to excuse an indie game for that kind of thing than it is a AAA title that's supposedly worth paying 4 times the amount of an indie game.
Imagine playing Call of Duty with only 2 buttons. And you didn't have analog sticks. You just had the D-pad, 2 buttons. One
fire once, die, spawn, fire once, die.
Right.
Pretty much does have 2 buttons.
It just becomes Doom. That's it. It just becomes Doom. Because Doom is essentially fire and then a D-pad thing. Because you didn't really turn. Did you? No, you did. I don't know.
Doom had turning.
Yeah, it did.
You weren't on the rails.
I remember playing the first Quake without using a mouse for looking. I was using the page up, page down keys for looking up and down and stuff. It was horrible.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that was before I managed to get into using W, A, S, and D for movement. I used to still use the numpad arrows, the arrow keys.
So speaking of, if anyone wants to play Chasm, there is a demo of it, and its Kickstarter actually got met, so it is going to be released in May next year. And it has weird buttons, which was the thing I found off-putting, so you really need to play it with a gamepad, because otherwise you're pressing Q and A.
I noticed it was like, press, like, it was like A and D. It was like using WASD, but
for weapons rather than movement.
So what, did you move with the arrow keys?
Arrow keys, yeah.
Could you not reverse that? That would be much more sensible.
I didn't look into that, because the easiest option did seem to be just use your 360 pad. I just couldn't be bothered setting it up. But it's still a good game. I'm glad that it met its Kickstarter. Its Kickstarter was 150,000.
That sounds like an awful lot for a 2D sprite.
You'd be amazed what people throw money at on Kickstarter. It's unbelievable.
That is true.
If only that 150 billion had been met for the Death Star, we could all have been looking at that instead of a moon.
Didn't we talk about doing a Kickstarter at one point? Not for anything in particular, just
Weekend Bender?
Throw your hat in the ring. Yeah, just so we can load up on... Do you know what? We should redo the Kickstarter. And the Kickstarter is going to be to get me a copy of Dragon Ball Z Connect, a Connect device, a crate of beer, and a decent camera. Let's do it. That's it.
Would people... Yeah, people would, because people are like that. For this 50th, if we didn't think up anything better to do, I was actually going to order Connect and then spring the receipt on it. On you, rather, for it.
What?
Live. Just to show that I had it and knew that it was coming.
Wait. I thought for a second you meant spring the receipt as in make me foot the bill. But you mean you've already done it. But you've already got Connect or access to one.
I have access to one. I don't own one. Bloody hell. I didn't buy one. I tried it once and it was awful.
Somebody's buying it. Yeah, that's a bit like the 3DS. I tried it once. It was awful.
Although it's very good for exercise because I was knackered after using it. I mean, literally, I hurt all over. It was terrible. But that's because I was probably trying to test how badly it was tracking my movements by flailing all over the joint.
You were like trying to do commando rolls behind the couch and stuff. Trying to.
Why isn't the Kinect doing my backflips?
Yeah, in your dreams.
Yeah. So that's one game on my list of my indie game, along with other things. So you can pick something now that you've opened your list.
I have, but my list is actually empty of any games that I've played, which is really weird. But I just probably assumed that I would remember, and then
that was a terrible mistake to make.
A few beers later, I've been playing console stuff. So I finished Assassin's Creed 3.
Finally,
I finally got through it.
Was it like pulling teeth?
Oh, it was fucking painful. Seriously, it was. Like,
what was the only thing worse than you forcing yourself to get through it? Hearing about it.
Yeah, I forced you one night to listen to me trying to get through some of the game.
Bitching about it as you went.
I was about 40% through when I stopped the last time, so I had like most of the game to get through, and then I still managed to plow through the rest of the game in about 5 hours or something. 6 hours.
Although you did find the bits that I thought you would find funny, the bits when Hatham come back in.
Yes, that's it. That made the game worse, though. I mean, should we... Yes, Sly Maz saying it's about time for me to join everybody in 2013. It made it even worse when Hatham turns back. Hatham for 2014? What?
President?
Oh.
Assassin's Creed 5?
It made it all the worse when he turns up, because you thought like it would have been so much more fun to play as him. Don't stick him in my face and rub that in.
Remind me of that. I don't get to play as this caddish rogue anymore. I have to play as this unemotional prick.
I have a solution. You take the first hour of Skyrim syndrome and you apply it to Assassin's Creed. First hour of
only do the bits.
You just do the bits where you play as Hatham.
Well, there you go. If you compare all of Assassin's Creed 3 to Skyrim obviously wins.
Yes.
But what if you only do the first hour where you're playing as Hatham? Does Skyrim still win?
Ooh.
Is that dangerous, President?
No, Skyrim still wins.
Can anyone name a game that has a better opening first hour than Skyrim? In terms of replayability, not just first time and then that's it.
Yeah, because you can play it once and that's but I can play the first hour of Skyrim, I do. All the time. Skyrim.
While we were suggesting that, do you want to talk more or move on to something else?
No, we can move on to something else.
Well, what are your final thoughts? Avoid Assassin's Creed 3 at all costs because the series went downhill?
Yeah.
What did you think of the ending without saying what it was?
Disappointing.
Yeah, I thought it was very awful.
It felt like the rug was like pulled out from under your feet to a certain extent.
I didn't mind the ending to Conrad's story, I must admit. I just didn't like the ending to Desmond's.
Yes, yeah, that's right. I'm not even going to try to embarrass myself pronouncing his name, but
His real name, not his given name.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. No. Skip. Go on. Let's move on.
I'll pick another game, shall I?
Yeah, you pick something else.
I have briefly been trying Ragnarok Online 2 because I liked Ragnarok Online 1 and it's free to play on Steam.
Oh, really?
It is.
When were you planning on telling me about this? I love Ragnarok.
Doing it live.
We played that.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
What, now? You mean you just
things on me live? I was quoting Bill O'Reilly.
Oh.
Never seen that famous clip of him losing it?
No.
It's very funny, you should. So yes, since it isn't sprite art, a lot of it is lost on me other than just a generic Japanese MMO.
I thought that they were just going to do the same thing again. It was just going to be...
No. It's fully 3D. Cartoony, anime-ish. It's got a charm to it, but it won't be something I'll be playing for very long.
Oh, I won't bother then.
No, I wouldn't bother.
I wouldn't.
It would take you too long to get it, and you would not be satisfied for the effort you put in. By effort, I mean clicking download, but then you would have to leave it for like a night to get it.
I miss my old connection.
So yeah, I miss it too. I abused the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, you did. Your laptop frequented my flat many, many, many times.
Well, the porn isn't going to download itself.
Well, exactly. And you do still need to make sure you see all the porn. So
exactly. Otherwise, I can't keep on saying that I've seen all porn.
Yeah.
So, something else from your list?
This is difficult because I'm sure there's been other things I've played.
Yeah, I can think of a really big one.
BioShock Infinite. Yes.
How far through are you now?
I don't know. How would I be able to tell? You wouldn't know until you finish the game.
Okay, I'll rephrase it. How long have you been playing it?
A few hours, maybe.
You pedantic git.
5-6 hours, maybe, something like that. I don't know. Maybe.
It's about a 10-hour game.
All right, so possibly about halfway through. It feels like the point in the game where you feel you've hit the stride. It's no longer throwing sort of game hints on like how this works or how that operates or new-ish sort of enemies. Everything's kind of you're in the middle of the game sort of feel.
You're middling.
You're middling.
Are you enjoying it though?
I'm middling. Oh yes.
Yes.
I still don't like the controls. And I had this problem with the first BioShock on the PlayStation. The controls feel clunky. They don't feel slick.
I'm afraid I can't confirm or deny because I played it on PC. So, mouse and keyboard all the way.
Yeah, that's true. I should have done that, but
I didn't have a problem with BioShock though, or BioShock 2 control-wise.
I didn't pay for it though, so that's fine.
Oh, that's right. Your girlfriend bought it, didn't she?
Yep.
Is she enjoying watching you play it instead of her?
She is. Yeah, yeah.
It is a good game to watch being played, I think. As long as you don't talk over everything.
Yeah, she likes me enjoying these sort of games, and she sort of absorbs the storyline via osmosis.
Well, didn't she say that the Naruto storyline was soap opera for boys or something like that?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. It does.
I guess it is a bit like that.
If you take a step back with all the gushing music and the poor sort of script writing in, when you read it back, without any context of hundreds of episodes of an ongoing saga and stuff, it is a bit soapish. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a more elegant way of putting it, but there isn't.
Bitch tells a story. Why not? I'll pick something from my list quickly to move on, shall I?
Yes, you do.
I've been playing the hell out of Binding of Isaac, but for no particular reason other than it's something quick and easy to play every once in a while. I'm determined to get through all the achievements, pretty much.
I want
to get Platinum God.
I've picked it up a couple of times in the last few weeks where you've been playing it. Oh yeah, fine. I'll play Isaac for 20 minutes, half an hour, or something.
I subtly manipulate you into playing it by also playing it myself.
It's because we're at that point now with games that I don't really have a big back catalogue of stuff to get through anymore.
Hitman Blood Money, BioShock.
BioShock,
technically, as we play it.
Well, this is what I'm going to get at, is that BioShock I can't play when Vicky's not here because she's watching the story.
Yeah,
I can't play it when she's not there. Riptide I can't really play through without you and Stephen being there because we're playing through
because
that.
Because we're playing it together and recording it, yeah.
Okay, Hitman, we'll just ignore that for now.
Because you totally forgot about it until the last podcast.
There's that. But
the last Borderlands 2 DLC's out fairly soon.
Oh, yeah.
End of the month, I think. 20-something.
Character as well.
Yep, the bandit guy. Can't remember his name. Krieg? Oh, Krieg, because it's Blitzkrieg, yeah.
Wow, that's so imaginative. However do they come up with these things?
Some of the writing they do is clever, you must admit. Well, for Borderlands 2 anyway, not necessarily the DLCs, apart from Torg.
I can do innuendo too. Blowjobs!
That's your favourite line, spoken by him.
It is.
It was a very funny line. And you totally got me off. All right, Binding of Isaac. The reason I did want to bring up that I was playing it is because I don't think I've told you in detail about Binding of Isaac Rebirth yet.
You mentioned it, but you haven't gone into any real...
It's a non-Flash sprite remake with content added to it, equivalent to how much the Wrath of the Lamb expansion added to the Java version.
It sounds painful. Like,
why?
Rebirth, like what, you climb back in and then...
Well, considering some of the stages in it are the womb of your mother, I don't think it's that much of a difference, really.
It's just, it's a horrible, horrible thought.
Yeah, you go through her womb shooting her vaginal flies. You know, it's just... that's what you do in it.
That is the ultimate definition of pure class. You're crawling through her womb, shooting vaginal flies with tears.
With tears, crying on them until they go away.
And you've turned into a robot.
Did I? Oh dear.
No, you're back again now, it's okay.
Sometimes my Borg side comes out. So among the features that this is adding, it also has co-op. But, sadly, there's a but.
There's always a but.
Local co-op only, because online co-op would apparently be too difficult to implement. But that doesn't mean that modders won't be able to do that. So it will have the capacity for it, but only locally. So we might still be able to get some kind of co-op playthrough of that one going. Because if one of us had a laptop, I mean, Isaac doesn't need a PC to run on.
We both have laptops.
We do indeed. So I don't know, it's something to look forward to. I've got no idea when it's out. I mean, Ed McMillan, or whatever his name is, he keeps on releasing pictures of the sprite art from it and whatnot, but no, there's no word on a release date or how far along in creation it is.
Well,
but I'm keeping an eye on it.
It sounds like fun.
If only it was online co-op, then it all would be forgiven.
Well, but the fact that co-op is there is a step in the right direction.
People obviously asked for it.
Somebody's buying it.
Somebody is buying it. So have you exhausted your list?
Of games played? I think so. I remember I finished off Space Marine.
But, Dead Island Riptide. You talk about that a bit then, because...
Well, okay. We'll start that off with, like, it's had bad reviews. Let's not beat around the bush.
It's been bitch-slapped.
Yeah, they've bombed that sucker. But I like it.
That sucker, you could also say.
Nuked! I like it, but then
I'm now sick of nuked, but I love canned food is all we have. Those parts aren't uploaded yet, but be prepared to hear that being said a lot.
Canned food, your favourite. No,
that's what I could do to end this. When we end, I'll just play one of the parts that hasn't been uploaded yet. I could do that.
I can do that.
But anyway, I'm planning ahead.
It's good. It's fun. The thing that you have to do, you have to get a group of people that you're friends with that you can have a laugh.
Well,
play solely with them.
We're not really friends.
Yeah, we're acquaintances.
Yeah.
I don't like you, boy.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have my pants off in the same room as you.
Unfortunately, I can't say the same thing. No, it's...
That's reminded me, Stephen, put your pants back on.
Wait, he's there. I don't want to know. Yes, you kind of need to play it with friends or with other people. You can't play it single player. It's not a single player game. Neither was the first one. I wouldn't even say that Borderlands was a single player game.
No, tedious.
Play it with other people, and the bits where things would become tedious can be fun and enjoyable because you're having chat and banter and so on. But there's more fun when you do something crazy, like you hit a zombie and it goes flying miles, or it does a cartwheel, or something batshit crazy.
It's far funnier when there's multiple people there to enjoy it.
When there's somebody else there to enjoy it, or to abuse, where you try to push somebody off the top of a building when they're
trying to record. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I enjoy it. And I enjoy like zombies, and I enjoy mindless violence, and it's got that kind of funny edge to it, even though it's not really supposed to be a funny game.
I'm not sure about not meant to be funny. I mean, nuked.
Nuked. He doesn't even say it like that, but in my head, the camera zooms in and goes at a funny sort of angle.
It did kind of zoom in on him.
And he says it in a high-pitched voice. That's now
he does. He says it in a... Yeah, that's close enough to how he does, and he kind of draws backwards as the camera draws in. Henry, I think his name is.
Yes,
I don't remember.
Yes. Henry's a storage guy.
Oh, I always get those two mixed up. Is it Dave, then? Oh, yeah, Traveling Salesman just reminded us Dead Island has the best jumping animations. They're really funny.
Have you put that up yet?
I didn't bother because I didn't think it looked funny enough. We did a little... I wanted him to just jump across the screen a few times to show everyone the animation, but I decided it didn't look funny enough to bother.
When we suddenly realised how stupid the jumping looks in terms of an Irish jig dancing.
When they jump, only their legs move. Their upper bodies and arms don't move at all.
But that's the same for everything, though. When you're sitting in the boat.
The boat one is funnier, I think, because they are staring directly forwards, not moving at all, apart from one arm that just moves as you move.
They looked soulless.
I should probably start. What do people think? Should I do that? A collection of those animations? Because I did kind of have some footage, but I got rid of it in the end. Hello, CR.
Oh, hello. CR has joined the chat.
Hurrah.
CR has left the chat.
Oh, well.
No, he hasn't yet, but... Well, it does say on the Facebook and all sorts of things that it will contain occasional Irish. There you go.
That's true. Don't let him touch the wallpaper. So you're still enjoying Riptide then?
I am.
You don't regret buying it yet?
Not yet, no. It's going to give us plenty of hours of enjoyment.
It's probably going to be a long playthrough, yeah.
Yeah. The last one clocked in at 50 hours, but...
Also, I just heard Skype make a weird noise. Was that you?
No. I don't make weird... Well, no, I do make weird noises.
Yeah, you do make weird noises. That's why I normally assume when I hear a weird noise that you're to blame.
I usually get the blame for all these, things. A regular occurrence. Somebody smells something funny. Oh, have you farted? What?
Yeah, I don't have proof yet, but I'm pretty sure Hiroshima was you.
My automatic air freshener goes off constantly when you're in the room.
That thing has a grudge against me. I hate that bastard.
It doesn't do that when I'm around on my own.
It hates me.
Yeah, it clearly does.
And one of these days you're just going to find that it's been dropped on the floor accidentally. Or it's going to have a knife accidentally wedged in its face.
I hope it sprays you in the face.
Let's just get back onto topic. No, we weren't even on a topic. Let's pick a new topic.
Okay.
I can either continue with my games played list, or now to celebrate the fact that the stream's working again, we could do the first of the competitions.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's celebrate the fact that it hasn't gone down in a horrific bowl of fire.
So how many people we got watching? 7. That's doable. I was kind of hoping for at least 10, but we'll take what we can.
We usually do.
To be eligible for one of these prizes, you're going to have a Steam account. So if you don't have a Steam account, don't bother telling me the answer. But the first game we're going to give away is Civilization 5, which is an absolutely brilliant game.
Civ 5 is a very, very good game.
It is a very good game. Now, we played it quite a lot, but we stopped playing it for a reason related to the question I'm about to ask. So the person who gets it right first will get Civ 5. I'll tell you how to claim it in a second. So the question is, we always had a big problem with one AI in particular for Civ 5, and I want to know which AI it was. Which country were they playing as? They always declared war on us. They always backstabbed us, no matter how nice we were to them.
Every single game, we always had an issue with one particular country.
Yeah.
You don't name it as a person, because obviously, Gandhi's obviously India, but if you can guess which blight, if you know,
either the ruler or the country they represented.
Yeah, that's fine.
We did speak about it in a podcast, more than one, in fact. But you can also just guess. Yeah, we did, because we stopped playing it as a result of getting pissed off by them.
I think that eventually people will be able to guess it just by going through
trial and error.
Oh, trial and error, but it's a case of watching through people saying Monty. No, it wasn't Montezuma. It wasn't Blighty. It wasn't Ghost Unicorns.
Actually, I can't even remember the name of the ruler.
I do. It was.
Oh, okay.
No.
It was not Aztecs. It wasn't the Vulcans.
It's always Monty. No, it's not. It's not Monty. Do you think that the people need a clue? Do they?
Yeah. Can you think of a clue that doesn't automatically give it away?
No. I can
say the gender of the person.
Yeah, it's female. Evil Rory.
Evil Rory, yes. Yeah, the bad Rory always pissed us off in Civilization 5.
No,
Spanish isn't a country or a person.
I am from... Oh! Slime has got it.
Yes, he did.
It's
Congratulations.
Russia. The damn Russians. Every single time.
So, don't do it yet until we end, because you could also win one of the other prizes, because there's so few people here. But after we're done, send me a PM on Twitch with your Steam ID, and I will gift you it on Steam.
So there you go. Congratulations to Slimass. Rigged.
How is that rigged? Anyway, let's go back to...
CR's already got Civ 5. He doesn't need another copy.
Yeah, he would probably trade it for a hat. What's the metal value of a Civ 5 on the TF2?
Can you therefore trade for... Yeah, I suppose you could.
You can decline the prize if you want. But don't let CR do that too.
CR doesn't want it. He's already got a copy of the game.
Yeah, he's already got it.
CR, you don't play TF2 anymore, CR. You just...
Even if you're not that interested in playing it, just give it to someone you know who does, because it's been sitting in my account for way too long.
It's also good fun.
Yeah. So, while he goes through that moral dilemma, another indie game I've been playing is Bloodlust Vampire Shadow Hunt. And you probably haven't watched the video of that.
I watched your beginning introduction of it, but it was on my phone. Did the
graphics make you vomit out your eyes?
No, it was on the bus on my phone, and it wasn't very the connection. And
It's very like Vampire Masquerade, which is a very popular old RPG.
I have heard of that.
Essentially the same vein. I've heard of it, and I know people love it, but I keep on forgetting to play it. So I did get one comment on YouTube saying they were a bit disappointed it was essentially a rip-off of that, but that game's old, and isn't it a good thing if another game like it comes out now?
Yeah, if you've got enough time, you
Plus, it's only being made by a single guy,
which
I thought was quite impressive.
You can remake things years down the line. That's perfectly acceptable.
Hackman 3DS, no, it probably exists.
I mean, how many times have they done a hack job of a new Superman movie, let's say? I mean, there's another one coming out soon.
Is there?
Yeah.
I said that because I'm only half listening, because I'm also replying to the chat just to confirm that Slime Ass says Doomsday can have the Civ 5, and that's fine.
I want to say followers or fans or whatever, our hurters, I think the official term is, shouldn't be nice people. They're supposed to be bad, and they've got an inner bastard.
Venomous.
Coated with bile, yeah, like us.
Anyway, the other reason I wanted to bring this up is after I did the little Let's Look At video of it, the dev got back in touch with me because during my recording I suffered a bug where you can do these super vampire leaps onto higher ledges. My button stopped working randomly, and also for some reason I couldn't... Oh, Doomsday is the good Rory. I didn't know that. I couldn't strafe to the right. And he got back in touch with me after he saw the video to say, do you have any idea what caused that? A few people have been complaining that's happened, and I have no idea why. So I kind of did a bit of bug testing with him. And eventually we found, so I'm saying this because the demo is available for anyone to try. If it happens to you, it's because your key bindings for that leap and possibly the right strafe randomly reassign. And I say randomly, even though I think it might just be a little bit of a glitch. But either way, it's the key bindings reassigning. So just go into your keys and fix it in there.
So wait a minute. So you were doing unpaid bug testing. I
was being a nice guy because he was just curious. It was annoying him.
Not a nice guy. Oh, so he was annoying you?
No. He was getting annoyed by the error to know it because he couldn't find the reason it was happening to people because he couldn't recreate the bug.
Ah. Okay.
And you know how it is for, if you're programming and you can't find the error, other people are creating it, bugs the hell. That's one of the reasons I hate programming.
You should have pointed your finger and laughed.
That wouldn't be very nice. Plus, I enjoyed the game enough that I wanted to help him. I like that it's got a class system, and what I really love is that you can sire an army of bum vampires. Wait,
do you want to rephrase that sentence?
Nope, I want it to be exactly as I said it for you to take in whatever manner you see fit.
So if you end up doing a video playthrough of this, one of the episodes is going to be called Bum Vampire. Is that what
I've
you're
seen
saying?
That porno. It was pretty good. The second act could use some work, but started strong, finished quick. I'm not going to call it bum vampires. YouTube would bitch slap me.
Oh yeah, but zombie porn's totally acceptable.
If I titled it "Siring an Army of Vampire Bums," on the other hand, that'd be fine.
I got nothing.
Another indie game, and the last on my list as far as ones that aren't released yet, is something I just played the other day called Cannons, Lasers, Rockets. And this is a game that's not available in any form at all, really. It's very early in development, so it'll look pretty basic if you watch the video I did of it. But it's a 2D, 3D space multiplayer versus simulator thing. It
doesn't make sense.
It looks 3D, but they took out the 3D movement of the ships because they decided that 3D spaceship combat is hard. And I'm inclined to agree, because in Star Trek Online or the old Commander games for Star Trek, 3D space combat was possible, but only because of like locking your velocity or auto-targeting and orbiting a ship you were fighting with, etc.
Right, because otherwise going up and down axis.
2.5D, that's a good way to describe it, CR. And yes, it is odd, but I encourage everyone to keep an eye on it. The full thing is going to be free to play with a premium model and dozens and dozens of ships. Well, that's the interesting thing. On their Steam page, they're trying to get it on Steam Greenlight. They talk about that they are carefully monitoring the balance between free to play and pay to win.
Mm.
So they might go for more aesthetic details, or the differences between the ships aren't so great that a free ship would lose to a pay for ship. I think they're doing like the Premier membership, where you just get more resources to build more ships faster, a bit like Warframe, I think. But it's very
whatever happened to Warframe? We kind of stopped. Well,
we played Riptide in the evenings now, so we can't play Warframe. It's still there. It's still free.
That's true.
I wouldn't mind going back to it. It's pick up and play.
No, we'll leave it for a while. I got quite sick of it quite quickly.
Traveling Salesman is right. Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront, rather, does handle space battles pretty well. I don't like that the up-down is reversed when you're flying a ship. And that's also something I've been playing, because Star Wars Battlefront 2 is being sold for £2, and I couldn't resist because I loved it when it came out ages ago.
We should have bought copies of that for people to win.
I could have done, but it's so old, people would probably not like it as much as me. It's a kind of semi-nostalgia thing, even though it's an updated version.
I never played any of them.
Oh, and typically the good Rory wanted to play it. I could have offered that as a prize, damn it. Well,
Slimaz already has a copy.
We should probably start trying to arrange to do gaming nights again if we all have a similar game in common that isn't TF2 for a change, or Minecraft.
Yeah,
the reason those Minecraft nights stopped is because we found that if you don't give people anything to do, they just troll each other.
Eventually it just becomes self-destruct mode.
If we do go, we have to prepare stuff ahead of time. It involves too much time for the payoff.
Oh yes, remember I built that little dungeon thing with traps and.
That was funny. That caught people. That was a good one. No one ever found the secret base we made though in that map.
No, that's true.
I don't even think that map still exists, sadly.
No.
We made this epic hidden base that you could get to if you found a hidden switch, and it made all these shutters pull out to open up a big door. And we hoped that someone might stumble upon it and wonder what it was. And there was a hidden bat cave, from what I remember. With armor hidden in it above a sign that says, "My parents are dead."
It's just Batman dancing in a disco. Oh, dear.
Oh, we just said the same thing. That's horrible. And I also keep forgetting there's nothing left in your list, so now I have to pick something else again.
Oh, no, but from games played, there's nothing left.
Yeah, exactly. I've got 2 left. Oh. One I will cover very quickly. Hitman Absolution, because I said I was playing it last time, and I remember I stopped at the point where the latex nuns were getting introduced.
That's right, you didn't quite get to latex nuns.
Well, the stage after that was the stage in which they appeared, and that is the only stage in which they appeared, and that is probably my favourite stage, because among they attack the hotel you're hiding in, you then have to escape the hotel. It goes through a cornfield into a mansion, and a farmhouse rather. And the reason I love it is because you can stumble upon scarecrows, steal a scarecrow costume, and just stalk all the enemies through the cornfields with a knife. It felt so great. It felt like being in a horror movie.
Fantastic.
It was my favourite stage by far. And you could find like empty scarecrow hangars, and you can hide in them by doing the scarecrow pose, wait till someone goes past and then grab them. I had so much fun on that stage. I regret listening to everybody, and also the poor marketing that made me not buy Absolution sooner. I think I prefer it to Blood Money.
It sounds like
it's far more linear in terms of start and finish for some of the stages because not all the stages are contracts.
Right, okay.
But it's far better presented and it's a good story and it has fantastic moments like that. It also doesn't bitch slap you if you do choose to be like gung-ho. You can run and gun in it if you want.
You could do that in the earlier ones. Like
Oh, no. If you did that in the first two, you would surely die just to the sheer number of guys.
No.
Unlimited guys. Or am I thinking of Blood Money?
No, you must be thinking of Blood Money because I definitely played the first one very gung-ho a couple of times.
I would have thought you would prefer the stealthy approach.
Sometimes...
Oh, no, wait, you lose patience.
Sometimes I just want to kill all humans.
I am going back to it when I have the time because I want to find all the ways you can kill the various targets and make it look like an accident, etc. And I also mentioned last time I was considering doing videos of just picking random contracts people have made online.
Oh, yeah.
The problem I'm having with that is I can only seem to find 3 maps, and I'm not quite sure why that is.
Maybe that's because only 3 maps have been made, maybe.
Well, no, because I also made one when I ran through the tutorial and I couldn't find my own map. So I'm not sure what's up with that. My man's favourite part was dressing up as a barber. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can dress up as a barber and give them a close shave.
Nice.
In a manner, in fact, you don't actually kill them there though, because then you take them to their death.
It sounds like it's opening up like a really good multiplayer experience that you could have people pretending.
Well, that contracts mode is one step away from that.
Having some people being as targets and some people being.
Oh right, yeah.
That would be a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of like. Oh, yeah. Remember I told you there was that Spy Party where there's basically an assassin with a skull.
Yes, I think it's still in development, that game.
It is, yeah. And the spy's got to do all these objectives and stuff during the course of
where the sniper's trying to work out who it is by watching for
clues of whether he's doing something slightly out of the norm. But he's got one bullet. It's that whole tense sort of.
Yes, Death by Ice Cream Van. I did that one. It was very funny. Never mind, just a private joke for those of us who found that particular Easter egg in Hitman Absolution.
Is that where you cock your head back and laugh heartily and then smoke a cigar? Private joke.
Exactly. Also, what I'd like to say that I like about the contracts mode, if I could get it to work, is the method of creating a contract is proving it can be done by doing it yourself, so they can never make one that can't be done. And I love that. That's such good forethought. Because otherwise people would just try and screw each other.
That's true.
But no, it's like put your money where your mouth is. Show that you can do it, and then people will have to replicate it. So you have to be as stealthy as possible as well.
That's genius.
Yes, I thought that was a really clever thing. So then why did they waste their time with trailers about Hitman killing latex nuns and Facebook apps about your friends not having big boobs? It's so stupid.
Somebody got fired for that. Somebody
bet. Well, it was Square Enix. I think they closed a few studios, so probably.
Well, on that subject, the studio behind Aliens Colonial Marines was.
Oh, hang on. Yes, they are. But also, just to tell Slimaz, you shoot all the vultures while they're flying to trigger it. Okay, that was it. You can carry on now.
Just cut me off mid-sentence.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat.
Yes, the studio behind Aliens Colonial Marines got completely laid off. Everybody.
Well, that was the Timegate one, which may or may not have actually made it. It's still murky which part, if any, they handled. Because if the original story is to be believed, yes, they did some of the story mode, but then Gearbox scrapped everything they did and then cobbled together what was released. So either way, they're gone.
That's it. They've lost their jobs, so... It's a bit of a bummer, really, when you think about it, that it wasn't that bad a game. Not that bad. Not as bad as everybody made out. I mean, it's not like this goes back to the Torg's example of like a 5 is a middle of the road game. It's not terrible. It's not unplayable. But current game ratings prove that that's not the case apparently. But I wouldn't have given it a 5, but I certainly wouldn't say the game was unplayable.
Yeah, neither would I. Definitely, I would mark it low, but not
a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. Anyway,
that's also because we played it co-op, though. Again,
yeah, that's just my slight interjection.
The final game on my games played list is Don't Starve, and the reason I'm playing Don't Starve is because the bad Rory gave me it.
So let me guess what you have to do. You have to eat things.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft, except it's 2D, and I absolutely love the visual style. It's very Tim Burton, which I love a lot.
You wish to have
it has creepy music, it has creepy sound effects, has a very macabre art style in general. The idea is you don't want to die of starvation, but there's also monsters and You have to make sure you're in a lit area at night, otherwise you die instantly.
Wait, you die by night?
Because the monsters get you.
Oh,
you're in a
right, okay, that makes total sense, yeah. I'll make sure to not go outside.
Along with hunger and health, which are actually two different things in the game, you also have a sanity meter, which when it gets to a certain point, the world starts playing tricks on you. I won't say how many different ways, because I'm enjoying not looking into this game at all. I haven't looked at a Don't Starve wiki or anything, so I'm constantly being surprised by it and enjoying getting surprised by it.
It's not the first game that's had a sanity meter either.
Yeah, I know.
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, exactly. Eternal Darkness.
By the way, they're making a sequel to that, or a second Eternal Darkness.
Second sequel?
It's not maybe
Amnesia use.
It's maybe
insanity meter.
It's maybe not like a direct sequel. I mean, it's just a Eternal Darkness 2. That was brilliant, where it came out with a blue screen of death random. You're playing on the GameCube and a blue screen of death comes up. You're like, what the fuck?
Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit, depending on which country you're in. That also had a sanity meter as its health bar. So, as a perfect example, I think I've only lasted up to day 7 or 8 so far. But I had this really great run going. I had plenty of food. I had stuff being built, and I thought, I'm fine. I've got armor. I've got a weapon. Even if my camp gets attacked, I'm ready for it.
I'm king of all I survey.
A big tree outside my camp came to fucking life, burst its way into my camp, and killed me in one hit.
It got you Evil Dead style, did it?
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. But afterwards, I was like, "That's fantastic." I thought I was
always there. It was just always there.
Well, you can cut down trees. I think it was maybe I cut down so many trees without planting more that maybe it has a percentage chance of happening, because you can kind of stumble on random events.
That sounds fantastic.
My shortest event was about 30 seconds, where I started and there was a pre-built settlement with pig statues and a chest. I examined the chest, and for some reason everything caught fire and exploded.
Nice. I want to play this game. I want this. This sounds...
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I think it will get easier as you get to grips with combats here, but I'm enjoying dying at the moment.
I mean, as long as it's
dying. Fun. As long as it's fun. I've in my current file, I managed to stumble across I don't know if it would be classed as a village, but there's tons of houses with pigs living in it. So I'm going to find a way to burn it to the ground.
Pigs don't live in houses. Fairy tales have led you to believe that they make houses out of straw and sticks and bricks and stuff.
Dead Don't Starve has pigs in houses, and I'm going to find a way to burn them. And it would be fantastic if it was co-op, but sadly it's not. But it's well worth looking into. If it's on sale again, I would highly recommend getting that. I'm enjoying it a lot so far.
Traveling Salesman points out co-op would be good for that game.
Yes, that's why I said it just now. I was reading the chat.
I was reading the chat.
Long term, once I understand the game fully, I'm not sure it would have the same sticking power as something like Minecraft. But, we'll see. So that's everything I've been playing. Apart from maybe a bit of Fire Emblem Awakening, but not worth mentioning, really.
Would it be an appropriate time for me to get another beer?
You could get another beer while I do another prize giveaway, I suppose.
You can do some of that. I'm going to quickly go and get another beer.
You do that. Okay.
I'm refueling. This my healing fuel. I brought that up in a podcast before, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I will be back.
Go get your damn beer. So while he's doing that, the next game we're going to give away is a copy of XCOM, Enemy Unknown, the newest one, which is also another game we both really enjoyed and talked about quite a bit. So anybody interested in getting a copy of that, I'm going to ask another question. This one is probably going to be who can Google this the fastest, so I'll give you all a chance to open up Google. Yeah, if they had a co-op mode, we'd be playing it non-stop. They need to mod that shit. Has everybody got Google open? I'm hoping at least one person will know this offhand without me asking, without checking, rather. So to win a copy of XCOM Enemy Unknown, what year was the Roswell incident?
I would be safe to assume that you've said all sorts of horrible things about me while I've been gone.
I said you were an alien.
That's not horrible. It's just true.
Everybody is currently Googling what year the Roswell incident was. CR's wrong.
Wasn't it 54?
Nope.
Well, I shouldn't be guessing. Do I win prizes?
Slimaz is correct for a second time. That's why I always remember it, because it's 1947.
Oh, right, okay.
47 is my favourite number because of Star Trek Next Generation.
Slime has also pointed out that he thinks I may have a problem.
Yeah, you do.
It's Saturday night. If you can't have a drink on
Saturday night, work hard, play hard. That's our motto. So
nobody works Saturday night.
You're not going to give away this as well, Slime Ash. Do you actually want XCOM Enemy Unknown, or do you already have it?
Oh, if you don't have it, you want this. It's a good one.
It is very good.
Oh,
you already own it. Damn it. Well, no one else guessed either. Well, CR, but he's got it. And Doomsday already has a prize. Shall we just hold that for another giveaway?
we can hold that one for something else.
We will hold on to that. Well, I could offer an alternative prize as the final one I was going to give away.
Okay.
1946. Slime Ads, would you prefer a copy of Half-Life 2 or have you already played it? It's an old game, I know, but it's also a game I've had sitting in my library for too long that I want to give away.
I did tell him that we should get new games to give out to people, but no, we're just trying to get rid of old stuff floating around. I even hinted that we should give away hard copies of games. Like, I've still got Dark Souls floating about if anybody wanted that. I could even
I don't want people knowing my address, or your address, rather.
Why would they know my address? I would be sending it.
Because reasons is why.
I wouldn't write my address. I could write my address inside it. I could put some lipstick on and kiss a bit of paper.
You could also put that
in behind the disc.
Wrongly assume are hairs from the top of your head.
Yeah, I could shave my pubes and just empty them into the yeah. Keep the disc.
If you don't want to be subtle about it, just say what I was implying. That's right.
I take the disc out and fill the box with my pubic hair. That's totally fine. It's totally cool. It's not creepy at all.
I was going to say I did something similar to that once, but it sounds worse than it is. I sent someone a birthday card filled with so much glitter and sprinkles and whatnot you wouldn't believe, so that when they opened it, it would coat them in the floor. And it was very funny. To me, not to them.
Wait, why did you have glitter and sprinkles?
I bought them especially to piss them off.
Yeah, especially.
Oh, and to put on my sparkly dress, obviously.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So he also owned the orange box, so Slimehouse doesn't get Half-Life 2 either.
Glitter and sprinkles. And all things.
Shall we pick a talking point?
Yeah.
That's a horrible... Don't repeat what CR just said in the chat.
Oh, dear.
People listening to this after the fact shall never know.
He's talking about man juice. Baby green.
Anyway, would you like to pick a topic to talk about?
No, you can.
I only have one.
Oh.
For once, I'm the one that do all the research. Oh, to be fair, not a lot has been happening.
No, very little really has been happening.
I can go on about it if you want. Or we could do emails.
Yeah, let's do the email section.
Okay.
We normally leave this till a lot later, but let's.
I know, but it's the first time live show. Let us experiment.
Hey, wait! I'm not putting that in my mouth.
Diablo 3's news. What, the PS3 version, or
no?
Simas can provide us with news.
The auction house. People found a way to dupe gold, etc. So the auction house had to get pulled because obviously it's a real money auction house. They had to pull it down for about a week or. Yeah,
all those people making 2 pence are devastated.
Yep, they'll have to make shoes for a living, like the rest of their friends, family.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Someone mentioned EA. I could moan about EA again, but it would just be SimCity stuff in general.
Scotch says hello. That's emails. His cat. All right. Okay. Emails. Let's go.
All right. The Blizzard donated the ill-gotten money to charity. That's not bad.
That's
good guy, Blizzard.
What? Stephen's saying what happened to sending in funny newspaper clips?
Yeah, what did happen? No one did.
Nobody did.
Well, actually, that's not true. Traveling Salesman showed me a couple, but they were very obviously fake.
Shall I just pick up an email at random?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not here, and he hasn't been here for a long time, but we got an email from Noodles McMuffin.
He's dead.
I can't really go into much detail about the email, unfortunately, because he is offering up some codes for the prize giveaway, actually.
Ooh.
So if we need to do any replacing at some point...
but we technically do.
He has
technically owed too.
He has a code for Company of Heroes, Tales of Valor.
Don't know what that is.
And he has another code for Company of Heroes, Opposing Fronts.
Don't know what that is. Well, I know in general, but I mean, I've never played them.
He's not so sure about the second one because he thinks he might have activated it. Fool! Oh. So, the email is basically saying, hey guys, sorry I haven't sent anything in ages. I've been busy with school and other stuff. Dancing with girls.
I want to know what the other stuff is, please.
Dancing with girls. I've seen his Facebook. It's Dancing with Girls, which is okay, I suppose. Pretty much just saying he's got these codes. Hope this helps.
Oh, and bloody Slimeaz has them both as well.
Here's to another 50 episodes. So thank you very much, Noodles. We may find some use for those codes. I don't know with the people in front of us now whether we can, but...
Well, my plan to use them as alternative prizes has gone right out the window.
At least he's abandoned us for at least about 10 episodes now, but at least he came back for the...
It is exam time, to be fair.
Big 5-0.
For England, I think.
For England.
Or it just finished. We just thought he got sick of us.
It's going to get a bit weird because I've got emails from people that are in the audience right now.
Well, that's fine.
But technically, they would be listening to it back, hearing their emails back to them anyway. Yeah, okay, right.
Oh, see, Slimeaz can do his exams and still listen to us noodles.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's got the skills. Shall I read his email out then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this one is from Slimeaz. Evening Flick and Blighty, the same to any others who are also present. So
including yourself.
Same to yourself. Tell myself I said hello.
Email inception.
Yes. Podcast inception.
Inception is hard to say in front of at the end of some words, rather.
I hope that like me, you have had a splendid day, and congratulations on reaching the milestone of 50 podcasts. Your podcast is finally old enough to have a midlife crisis.
Yay, we've done 50 podcasts, but only about 5 of them are good. There you go.
Is that true? Really, only about 5 of them?
No, I don't think it's a 10% hit rate. Yeah. Actually.
Let's not dwell on that.
No.
Anyway, I spent today celebrating my friend's birthday, which involved us attending the cinema to watch Star Trek Into Darkness. I've not seen that yet, and I do intend to.
Cucumber is the bad guy in it.
Cucumber. Is that because you can't say his real name?
It's because I choose not to say his last name, like Peter Montyflakes.
Okay. The movie was very enjoyable. It was during my viewing that I remembered a game of the movie had been released earlier, and I thought I had also read negative topics about it on the Steam Community Hub.
Yep, definitely.
We actually were thinking about getting it, but now...
I had totally forgotten that Riptide was coming out on the same day, I think. So, unfortunately, we were going to play it through because it's co-op, you know.
And I was going to Spock slap you around the face. Kirk slap you around.
No, I was going to say I would be playing as Spock because I'm the logical one. You're the womanizer. Who likes to punch... I was going to say women.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Who likes to punch aliens? Alien women.
And wrestle them to the floor.
Do your fan dance.
There's only one dance that I have, and it's the look at my dick dance. You've seen it.
Don't say that.
You have seen the look.
I know I have, but people won't know what you mean.
I know. That's why I'm saying it. Anyway, this aside, it made me ponder about the numerous games based on movies and how they've suffered from the curse of always being bad games. It's true. Yep. However, there have been some notable exceptions. X-Men Origins Wolverine springs to mind, as well as Spider-Man 2.
Yes, Spider-Man 2 is a fantastic game. For the record.
My question to you is, what games based on movies have you played? Did you enjoy or loathe them? And do you think these games will ever break away from being the curse of them being bad?
No, because the reason they are is because they have to be rushed to meet the film.
They don't. It's not like they get like a few years advanced.
I didn't mind the Transformer games, I guess, for the movies because I'm a Transformers fan.
I can't think of any movie games that I've played.
That Star Trek Into Darkness game apparently is bug riddled to a level comparable to Aliens, Colonial Marines. I'm looking at my wall to see. I've got the Spider-Man 3.
Looking at your wall. Hello, wall.
I've got
what games have I played?
Hello, wall. How are you doing?
You said that in such a camp way.
No, I was saying that as a...
I've played the Warriors, yeah.
I was doing a quote from Simpsons of Marge talking to the wall rather than her family.
I think I played it as a demo, though, not the full game. I don't know.
The Spider-Man 3 game was not bad. It wasn't as good as the second one, though. I think that's pretty much the only movie tie-in game I still own, which probably means I've sold off the rest.
I can't even think of any, because they generally do just...
They come and go, forgetful.
Bad. I mean, the reverse is generally bad as well. With the only exception I can definitely think of is the first Resident Evil movie. While it had nothing really connecting it to the games in a real sense, it was all right.
The Amazing Spider-Man game. Oh, the one I did. Yeah, that was all right, actually. I quite liked that. It didn't have good web slinging, though, and that's a bad thing.
So
Spider-Man 2 had the best web slinging in it.
I don't think they'll ever get away from the curse of just being bad, because they, as you say, they rushed to come out in time for the movie. Generally speaking, it's just a case of,
you know what they should do? Plan ahead.
Yeah, if they did it miles ahead.
And the movie's released in summer 2014. Let's start making the game quite a bit further ahead of that.
It just, it never really works. It's like they just try to shoehorn in a game into that IP. It just doesn't work.
I suppose it doesn't say much for the Amazing Spider-Man game that I forgot that I did a whole playthrough of it, but I did enjoy it. I honestly did enjoy it.
P.S. The topic of the email references the game Street Fighter the movie, I think, a prime example. Oh yeah, because they had Street Fighter the game, and then there was a movie. Then there was a movie of Street Fighter, which had like Kelly Minogue and stuff, and then there was a game of Street Fighter the movie
with the best line ever.
So
for me, it was Tuesday.
That was a game about a movie about a game.
Yeah.
He's dead now, isn't he?
He died. That was his last film.
Yeah.
A really crappy film to go out on, but, he was good in Addams Family. And he was good in that. He was a good Bison. Like I say, that line is fantastic. I love it. Yeah, Street Fighter did kill him. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That was it. Guile theme works. He had the Guile theme playing at his funeral. It goes with everything. Oh, you're dead. Guile theme.
That's cruel. He was a great loss. Or a loss that was great. Anyway, was that the end of Slimaz's email?
He went on to say, I think...
Yeah, he did get Van Daminated.
How movie games at that time were used as nothing more than profit generators, and in comparison
they still are.
To today's game, I would say that they've at least improved somewhat. Maybe a little.
What they also do now is also do books which are quick write-ups of the film that come out just before the film.
Yes.
So that people buy the book so they know what happens before they watch the film for some reason.
Let's not dwell on that.
No, let's not.
There's some five-word gaming.
Oh, great, because I couldn't think of any new ones.
So first one is...
And because we're doing this live, he gets to tell us if we're right or not.
First one is Jack Black is Roadie Legend. That'll be...
what was it called? Damn it.
Brutal Legend.
Yes, that was it, Brutal Legend. I can't believe I blanked on Brutal Legend.
Prince Hunted by Titan.
And GoldenEye does count as a movie video game.
Yes, that does count.
So yes, it does. So that would be the best one.
So Travelling Salesman pointed out that there has actually been a decent one. And there's unequivocal. You cannot find somebody, you will not find somebody that didn't like GoldenEye.
Didn't we have a friend that didn't like it?
No, we didn't.
Even though he owned it?
No.
And we just played it?
He liked it.
Oh, okay.
He fucking liked it.
You will like it.
You will like it. Prince Hunted by Timekeeper. It's got to be a Prince of Persia game, but I couldn't for the life of you tell you which one it is.
Prince of Persia, of the Sands.
Some sort of Prince of Persia game. A Mute and Otzel.
Slime's never played GoldenEye.
I think I still have access to an N64 and the GoldenEye cartridge.
Wasn't there a Source remake?
Yes, there was. There was a... Yes, it was almost identical as well. There's a mod on yeah, it'll be on Steam. You'll be able to play on Steam. Yes, you should be.
But in the meantime, tell us the answer to that one, because I'm not sure. The Timekeeper one.
A Mute and Otzel Adventure. Oh, he's put the answers at the bottom of the email.
Oh.
It was Prince of Persia Warrior Within. So now I know the answer to the last one. A Mute and Otzel Adventure. I wouldn't have got this.
A what?
A Mute and Otzel Adventure. Ottsel. Otzel.
No, what's that name? Echo?
Nope. Yes, Mystic Dreamer Zero got it right. It is Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy.
I've never heard of them.
Jak and Daxter is a platformy game for the PlayStation.
Is that the cat and the robot? No, it can't be, obviously, judging by the answer. I mean, the question, rather.
One of them's like a... Maybe it's an Otcel, whatever that is.
Oh, I guess so, yeah. Isn't that an ocelot?
I don't know.
I don't know. By the way, the domestic guy is the bad Rory.
Oh! So we have both Rorys.
We do have both Rorys, the good and the bad.
Just in time.
The yin and the yang.
To read out his email, then.
Oh.
Wow. Well,
it's going to be all teacher mode and correct anything we say as we do it. What's CR linking? Oh, he's linking a picture. Okay, I'll look at that. Oh, them. I've seen them, but I've never played the games.
Are you quite finished?
They have punchable faces. Yeah, carry on.
Right, let's do a double whammy here. We'll start off, I'll go in earliest order, so we'll get the email from Rory Wood first.
Okay.
Hello again, Flick, and the imaginary voice Flick. Oh, sorry, I'll say that again. The imaginary voice Flick hears when live streaming. It's me, the good Rory. As it's
the bad Rory.
No, the good Rory.
Oh, is this the good Rory? Damn it, I thought it was the bad Rory pretending to be the good one.
As it's the big 50th podcast, I thought that I would come up with some awesome question, but I couldn't think of anything good. So I'll go with a safe question. What games are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, I don't know.
I can tell you something you are looking forward to.
Go on then.
Splinter Cell.
Oh, that's also what my only bit of news.
You are so totally looking forward to Splinter Cell Blacklist because
that I forgot about it.
Spies vs. Mercs is back.
It is.
And it's got part of the original team that worked on the first one back.
Yes, it is. It's 2v2, and there's also going to be a 4-on-4 version of it also. That was what my news was.
And it was badass. I mean, we played it competitively. What was the ladder that we played in for that?
I can't remember, but we did play it competitively for a while.
And we were at the top for quite a while.
We were, yeah. They also confirmed that the game is going to have 14 co-op missions, each roughly between 10 and half an hour in length. So not just Spy vs. Spies, also the co-op mode returning.
I may have leaked something into my pants.
Okay. Is it an immigrant?
Quick, sneak in here, they'll never find you. Watch out for the gas. Yes, that's the only big one I can really think of right now.
I don't know, after E3 I'll probably have more to say, but for now I can't think of any I'm really looking forward to.
I mean, it took me a while to get into the first Splinter Cell, but then after that, it's just been every one of them, and I've just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I mean, I really do miss...
Oh yeah, GTA 5 and Watch Dogs. Kind of.
Well, yeah.
PD2, meh. Pokemon XY, meh.
I still regret about not having full, recorded Skype mics up for the...
You say that every time we talk about Splinter Cell. Every damn time.
Hopefully it just means we'll get to see that in action and hear that in action for Blacklist. It'll be good.
Oh, we'll definitely have voice this time.
Maybe.
Project X Zone. Yes, well remembered. I am looking forward to that. I can't even remember when it's out. I've spoken about it once before. It's the one with all the Namco and Capcom characters in it.
Oh, yeah.
Devil May Cry, etc. Tekken.
GTA 5.
The one that came out ages ago.
Yeah, definitely good.
Oh, and this guy D2.
July 5th.
July 5th for Project X Zone. Not too long. Good.
Shall I carry on with the email?
Yeah.
Now it's time for the crazy versus match. So, who would win and why? A giant robot snake with 3 heads.
Right.
The ghost
Hydra.
The ghost of King Kong. Or a demon bus from hell.
The demon bus from hell would win because the ghost of King Kong wouldn't be able to touch anything and it would run over the robot 3-headed snake.
But then the ghost couldn't be killed because it's a ghost.
So the ghost is already dead.
He's already dead.
Disqualified.
But...
he's disqualified on the grounds that he can't pick up the trophy for winning.
He can
unless he's a poltergeist.
Push bottle lids across the floor like in Ghost, and then touch a woman,
and then seduce women as they we're baiting ourselves quite heavily there by referencing Ghost.
Let's move on. Now for the 5-word gaming things. I put the answers to the last set up on the Facebook page. So here are some new ones.
Okay. Someone does raise a good point. Who's driving the ghost bus? Let's say...
it's not a ghost bus, it's a demon bus from hell. It's not a ghost bus. I said demon.
Vincent Price. All right, a demon ghost bus.
If you could have anybody's voice, like instead of your own.
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price's voice would be the voice I would take.
Second, Patrick Stewart. Third... no, there's only the two.
Would you just wander about shouting tea hot? Oh, grey hot.
Well, no, Family Guy did that joke already where Peter swapped his vocal cords and he said something about an ass boil in Patrick Stewart's voice. Fantastic. Actually, if you watch American Dad, Patrick Stewart says some very hilarious things in that. It's just funny because it's him saying it. Like, I think he said something about wiping someone's excitement over a curtain.
I heard a story about somebody from work.
Oh yeah, Morgan Freeman. Yes.
Like, I remember telling the story about the guy that shat in an ice cream tub and put it back in the freezer. And somebody different, but from the same group of people that I know from work. After going back to a girl's place after a night out or whatever, had sex with her, and then on his way out the door, essentially while she was in the toilet, he did wipe his knob on the curtains and then leave. So he basically left his leavings there and then left.
Why?
What a charming individual.
Why?
I don't know. Okay, so going to the gaming question.
Stephen Fry is another suggestion for whose vocal cords you would like to steal.
Zero versus Wesker random fight.
Zero as in the Mega Man character.
I don't know. If I knew, I would know the answer.
He's a lightsaber. He wins by default. Kevin Conroy. Yes, I would love Kevin Conroy's voice is third place.
Zero is somebody where you get to... Oh, well, that must be that PlayStation All-Stars thing.
No, it'll be Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, or that.
Because Zero and Wesker were in that.
There you go, then. Demon snakes out of your back. Isn't that... you've played the first one, where you could fire 4 guns or whatever. The guy was gangster.
Sorry, what? Demon snakes out your back?
Yeah.
Oh, in Darkness.
In yeah, that's it.
Darkness 1 or Darkness 2.
Pale despair faster than running.
That's a silly thing. Pale despair faster than running.
That's a tricksy one. Pale is like pale as in Pale. Pale despair faster than running.
Anyone else in the chat got that other than the person who posted it? Pale despair. I don't know. Faster than running. Darksiders, people are saying, or Darksiders 2.
I guess so.
3 people are now saying Darksiders. Unfortunately, neither of us have played either of those games.
Explosions, the most important question.
Something by Michael Bay.
Oh, snap.
Sometimes I can make movie jokes.
Explosions are the most important question.
Explosion Man? No, that's not right. And Darksiders 2 was the correct answer. Oh yeah, I should have known that. Death is the Pale Rider, yeah.
I got nothing for explosions.
Say it again?
Explosions, the most important question.
Explosion's the most important question. No, that's a tough one.
Nope, not got that one.
I guessed Explosion Man or Explosion Man. We need an answer provided for that one, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, we'll move on to the last one here. This is one we're all going to get quite quickly. Zombies really like the beach.
Dead Island, Riptide.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for closure on that one before.
Oh, you need closure. You really
I really do. Otherwise, I'm going to be annoyed for the rest of the night.
Borderlands 2.
Explosions. Yeah.
Blowjobs.
Or the two combined, I guess.
So, thank you very much, Rory, for your.
Those were good ones.
Those are some good ones. Yeah. On to the last email.
Okay.
This is from the other Rory.
The bad Rory.
I can never remember how you pronounce this word. I think it's sin. It's cinquagenary. It's the one that means that it's your 50th anniversary. Anyway,
just say 50th.
He's titled it Happy Day for All. It's a semi-centennial. Your golden jubilee, except it's 50 podcasts, not 50 years. So it's more gold foil with chocolate on the inside. Either way, congratulations are in order. Who would have thought that you'd have lasted this long? Well, that's
we said the same thing.
It's just like you guessed 20, and I guessed 5.
I guessed 20 because I kind of had that number silently in my head. Where if we didn't have a following by 20, there'd be no point carrying on.
Do we have a following? I suppose we do.
We have 9 people.
One of them's me, one of them's you, one of them's Stephen, one of them's CR.
We have 3 people.
Obligatory question time. What is your favourite game of all time ever? And explain why. Bonus points if you can use examples from this room. Simple, short, and to the point. I'm done.
Xenogears, because it's a good story. Next.
That can't be your best hit.
Yeah, it's my favourite game of all time. It's a fantastic game with a very deep, well thought out story. Fairly boring to play through more than once, but it's got robots in it. It's got an excellent turn-based battle system.
Stephen is saying Dark Age of Camelot.
Sierra is saying God Hand.
Anybody else?
Rory is saying that he's a terrible person.
Terrible? No, he said terrible explanation.
Yeah, I know. I was paraphrasing it into what the subtext was. He's a terrible person.
I'm torn. I'm thinking
Skyrim.
No. Much older than that. I'm thinking Civ 2.
The question you missed, traveling salesperson, was favorite game ever and why?
More combat. Yeah, I'm going to go with Civ.
Combat, really?
Civ 2 because, or maybe Civ 1. Definitely Civ 1. I put.
What about Age of Empires 1?
Oh no! I don't know now. I don't know.
What was that really old spaceship simulator game on the Atari and whatnot? It's very big and famous, and for some reason I'm blanking on the title of it now.
One.
Exile. X something.
First Deus Ex.
Elite.
Oh no, Stephen has it. Streets of Rage 2. That is it.
Streets of Rage 2 is a good one.
It has to be.
Skoden 2 is also a very good RPG person who said that. That's where I steal my name from.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Yes, definitely.
Well, and the first one. But
definitely Streets of Rage 2.
The second story is better.
Most definitely.
What was the question?
What was the question again? The question, for anybody still listening, is
favorite game ever and why?
Ever and why? Streets of Rage 2.
The people in the chat don't need to say why, really, because we don't need to pass on all the reasons.
I would definitely say that it's Streets of Rage 2, and the reason why is because back then it was a good sort of co-op game.
It was the start of all things co-op. Well, no, actually, Doom probably was.
It had so much replayability. It filled that sort of, you could play it as a beat 'em up, but with the whole side scrolling thing, it was new, and it was slightly better than the first Streets of Rage. It took all the good points and just honed in on those and made them better. I mean, I enjoyed things like Golden Axe.
Apparently your sister even liked playing it.
Yes, I can't think of anybody when I was growing up that didn't enjoy playing Streets of Rage
2. Yeah, I agree that's a good one, but I prefer lengthy, good stories, so that's why Xenogears is my favourite. It's on the American PSN if anyone wants to buy it, not on the EU one. It never will be because it was never released here.
I even played it. I played your copy.
A little bit. Not enough to appreciate it.
Well, I finished it.
I don't remember you finishing it.
Yeah, because I remember I borrowed it, because I had...
Oh, your sister's one of those people who tilts their head when they're playing driving games. Those are funny. I love watching those people who do that. Especially if they're in arcades, it's even funnier.
That's another thing that we could have done. We could have got one of those Dance Dance Revolution games and recorded that.
Oh yeah, as opposed to DBZ Connect, you mean?
I think Drunk DBZ Connect would probably be better. Because violence is such a good thing.
Violence, and you falling over and hurting yourself is a possibility, which is win-win for me.
It'd have to be done here, because there's more room here. There's no way I could do it at your place, because I'd just end up falling over something. Probably a dog. Or
my dog does have a habit of...
Or one of those dead hookers that you keep under your bed.
Under the basement. No, not under the basement. Under the house in the basement. Yeah, we don't have any arcades here. I meant on holiday when I was younger at caravan parks.
Yeah. Scotland doesn't really have any arcades at all.
It probably does, just not here. Like in Glasgow and Edinburgh, they probably have them.
Yeah.
Could. I don't know.
So I guess that's all the emails. Thank you. Am I allowed to say Bad Rory? Is that just what the
yeah? That's his name.
Down? So one of them is just Good Rory and one of them is just Bad Rory. That's
Good Rory, Bad Rory, Slime as Noodles. That was 4, yes.
Yes.
I thought we had 5.
No, I said 4. You can't count.
Scotland is a sad and really place, but yet it's still better than Canada.
I don't know. A lot of good stuff comes from Canada.
Like
maple syrup.
They didn't invent bloody maple syrup.
But it comes from there.
It comes from the backside of a beaver's ass. No, I'm not being literal.
Oh.
It doesn't actually. Please carry on buying Canadian products, because if you don't, they will all starve to death.
You're a bad man.
I've seen the kind of crap they try and invent. I've watched the Canadian Dragon Den.
I haven't.
I have.
I have no information. I just no.
Oh, right, so there's actually another Canadian. See, we attract them.
We've got, like...
How do you shake and nod your head at the same time? It's like you're at a rave if you do that.
It's making me dizzy. Oh, I'm going to be...
Death candies? No, if you want death candies, eat Scottish tablet. It's got more calories in it than 3 meals.
It does indeed. And it's probably one of the few countries where you can take any sort of chocolate into a chip shop and they will batter it and then deep fry it.
Yeah, they punch the shit out of it first and then drop it in a deep fryer.
I saw somebody have deep-fried Skittles once. Skittles.
Wow, I'm trying to think if that would be terrible or not. I've never had a deep-fried sweet of any kind.
Have you not had a deep-fried
I've had a deep-fried pizza.
Deep-fried pizza, yeah. Pizza Crunch is good.
Deep-fried pizza, deep-fried hamburger,
I had
sausage.
I had Mars bar supper once. It was actually all right because it takes all of the chocolate and the caramel and the nougat and all that stuff that's in it, and it melts it all into one sort of long sausage. Sausage!
It sounds horrible.
It's nice. It's nice. It's like when you've chewed up a Mars bar in your mouth, and it's like all the flavors will blend, but it's already blended. It's like horrible. It's like somebody's pre-chewed your dinner for you. And then
it gives you an idea of what it's like to be over 80.
But then they've deep fried it and then given it back to you. It looks like a turd. It looks like a deep fried turd. Let's be honest. It does look like somebody has just dropped their trousers and then dropped the kids off at the pool in the deep fat fryer and then put it into a styrofoam.
For the people asking in the chat, deep fried pizza is not good.
It is. It is nice. It's just quite salty.
Deep fried hamburger is all right.
Yeah, that's quite good too.
Or a hamburger with cheese on it as well.
You would probably think that we were like 20 stone or something, by the way. the country's delicacy.
Tipping slightly to one side.
Tipping. We're all going to fall into the sea.
Oh, if we all tip to the west, we might end up getting closer to Canada. Ugh.
We'd land in Ireland town.
Oh yeah, that would get in the way first, but then we'd just crush it.
Oh, yeah, with all the weight.
The bad thing in pizza is the salt. Pizza has way too much salt in it.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Pizza Crunch, where they deep fry the pizza, it becomes quite salty. That's the only thing.
But pizza in general. Why are we talking about food? This is a gaming podcast.
I don't know. So, what's on the horizon then? I mean, we've done 50 podcast episodes, so we've got like another 50 to go, I suppose. There's many more playthroughs and stuff going up on your channel over the course of this.
The Dead Island Reptile playthrough, my look at indie games.
We'll probably have Blacklist.
Can't think of anything else.
Splinter Cell Blacklist coming up at some point. We'll probably see if we can figure out some sort of game that everybody has access to. In fact, we could put that on Facebook. Like, what games the people want to see played as a games night thing again that isn't TF2 or Minecraft. See if we can get something like that on the go, because it's fun. It's good to do, but
ideally it has to be something on Steam.
Hard to organise. Well,
Ragnarok Online 2 isn't good enough to warrant that. No, it's not all anime.
I don't know. It could be worth a shot or something.
Unfortunately, Warframe's only for 4 folk.
Yeah. Not Camelot. We're not playing Dark Age of Camelot again.
It is free. Yes, it is free.
A free one would be a good option.
Yeah, because then people wouldn't be excluded for not having it. But
I'm quite annoyed that Poker Night game isn't multiplayer, because
Poker Night too, yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list now, and it's all limiting player-wise. What's the max on Killing Floor? It's not 4, it's higher than that. I think it's 6.
Is it like bad of me to say that I don't particularly enjoy Killing Floor?
No, but, the game doesn't need to be good to have fun with it.
That's true. Resident Evil 6 was proof of that.
Resident Evil 6 is a terrible game. It was hard to even enjoy that while making our own fun.
You were about to say while having fun.
Well, it's a hard game to have fun with, even if you're having fun. Let's all play Diablo 3. I no longer have it installed.
I was about to say, you still got your copy of it.
No, I still have it. But
Dota 2. I haven't played that.
I have it, but I haven't even loaded it. Someone kindly gifted me
I'm pretty certain CR gifted me the same thing, and I never activated it, and it vanished off of my list.
It's because I don't want to join one of those games that have a horrible community that just belittles you because you dare not to know how to play the game the first time you've loaded it up.
Look, you actually give a damn?
It bothers me that the community is so venomous.
How does that happen for one community to become?
Because people don't like losing. It's not one community; it's a game, each of them.
But
League of Legends, Dota.
That's not across all games.
No, someone said MMOs. I wouldn't say MMOs have that because you can solo for quite a long time in most MMOs.
True. I mean, if you go back to Final Fantasy 11.
No, let's not.
I don't mean go back to play it.
I just don't want to mention it. It's the new flowers.
What was it? Oh, I brought something up recently that you've totally forgot that we played.
What?
No, we were just... I can't remember, and it annoyed you. And I want to remember so I can annoy you again.
Because you're a bastard.
That's what I do. It's my thing. I live to annoy you. Stephen will remember. We were talking about this when we were playing Riptide the other night. We were talking about a game that annoyed Flick for knowing that we.
Did you forget my name, or you were unsure whether?
No, I was thinking it wasn't Flowers, which was Legend of Mir, by the way.
You said it.
Technically, it was Legend of Mir 2. CR played that as well. That's how we found CR.
Someone in the chat's apparently playing it right now. I thought I smelled something. Bob Pad? What?
Bob's Pad was in Bichon Mines.
Oh.
Where I used to hang out.
I thought you just missed an O. Good Pad.
Bad
Do you have any other gaming related
about his emails being long?
Steam sent me 20 copies of Dota 2. What?
What?
That's what the Good Rory just said. Yeah, why? What did you do to them? Did you fall down while you were at their workplace and threaten to sue them?
Maybe he was providing certain services that can only be done under the desk.
Shoe shine? Spit and polish? Gaming news. Do you have anything left in your notes?
I have nothing new. I have no notes. I have nothing. It's just
that's why you're letting people just drag on.
I am, and I'm sitting here watching the cat cleaning itself.
Wow.
I don't know. I think the beer's kicked in, and you sort of hone in on something and just become fascinated. The cat is now staring at me, and then licking herself, then staring at. Oh.
So the competitions we were running were kind of a bust because the same person won 2 and had both games and had whole alternative games offered.
All the games.
Yeah. Well, apart from Civ 5, that'll be going to the Good Rory.
Huzzah!
So remember and send me a PM, Good Rory, with your Steam ID. And I shall send Civ 5 to you after this, probably.
So I have absolutely no fucking clue whether or not this is successful or not, or whether we can do it like this again.
Well, let's ask the people listening. Do people think we should do every podcast or more than just this one live like this at the same time?
CR has actually pointed out that we could actually play Civ 5. That could be quite crazy.
That would be dangerous? Question mark.
At least somebody else could play Russia.
That's true. No, but then it would just end up being someone who just decides to declare war anyway.
Oh, that'd be me.
Yeah.
That's why.
We're small and neutral, but you're misunderstood and ambitious.
Exactly. Forever.
Like Germany.
I used to play the old Civ games like that. I never played for the Space Race or anything. It was just
you built up on people's borders, declared war, and then took them over.
Yeah, but then since
Civ 5 did away with that.
I've been going more for cultural victories and stuff now. I like having like their own towns turn against them.
And the AI is suspicious if you build armies up on their border now. Good times were had. We have 1 vote for doing it again. That's not bad, considering there's 9 whole people.
That's not too bad going, I suppose. It's a way of doing it if people want to.
It is a way, yeah.
It's easier than live streaming games.
Until we get better connections, it's the unfortunate alternative that we can do, other than in indie games.
Eventually, my connection might improve. I mean, I know that they have installed
and then
it down the road.
Then you might get to play through Amnesia. There's another game for your to-do list.
Don't remind me.
The Noodles kindly bought for you.
Yes.
And you played, 20 minutes of it that you've uploaded to your channel?
Maybe a bit longer. I haven't uploaded anything because of lack of connection. In case anybody asks.
Actually, you have been uploading, just not to our gaming channel.
That's true.
We have a Beardy channel. But that's not the place to do
that. Beardy channel?
Yeah. For tabletop miniature games. Anyway, so we will start wrapping this up now, I guess. If you'd like to email in again, please do. braingohurty@gmail.com.
If you want to ensure, if you're not already here, that the next time we do one of these things, check out facebook.com/braingohurty and we'll announce where to go.
Or just follow our Twitch channels.
twitch.tv/flexgaming stuff.
Yep. Slang for my junk.
I think mine is just Blighty Warrior.
Well, your slang for your junk is Blighty Warrior.
Oh yeah, it's actually Mr. Peep. My penis is called Mr. Peep.
And Isaac.
It is called Mr. Peep. Mr. Peep.
Does it go peep?
Peep-o. Hello.
No, I'm afraid not. No more competitions. I gave away, or tried to give away the 3 games I had, and only 1 managed to get given away.
I may be able to. Oh yes, CR has decided to put in the Steam group.
Hooray!
Which, if you go in, is...
Guess who forgot to advertise this there? Me! I only did Twitter and Facebook. And Slimehouse was right. I should have done a video or something on my YouTube, a quick one, just saying, we're streaming, come see.
It is much, much, much easier just to say, Google up braingohurty, and everything just turns up. It just lands at your fingertips, in your lap, there to see.